Okay. So, welcome everyone. I hope you all had a very great Christmas and yeah, already have a happy new year in advance. I had a big Christmas. I'm a little, still a little groggy from the last few days, let's call it that. But yeah, I had a great Christmas. I did a little bit of spot trading. We saw a little pump over the last few weekends, a little Christmas spirit in the markets, I'd say. So yeah, I took full advantage. I took a lot of profits, and I bought some dips. So all in all, my Christmas was very good. How has everyone's Christmas been? Just moving some screens around. There. And I might be able to turn off. There. Yeah, anyone should be able to type now. I forgot that setting, so I copied over the last stream. So yeah, market cap's a little lower than the last stream we did. I think it's only point one or something. Market in general red, but honestly, it was to be expected. We have been having, obviously we had huge highs, so yeah, it's normal to see a bit of a cool down, especially around these holidays. Like, not, I mean, I've been celebrating Christmas, but I guess everyone has been. So yeah, I don't see people trading as much. I wouldn't trade as much. I mean, it's just as important to take time off as it is to trade, in my opinion. But yeah, I've been looking at my Bitcoin chart, and basically what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at what the next sideways level will be. Like, I'm expecting us to like the price. Bitcoin has cooled down. The volume has died down. Is exactly what I was expecting it to do, and I think we will see more movements into the altcoins. But I've said it before, and I think it's around February, March, sometime next year where we will see bigger moves. But for now, I think Bitcoin will need to find its new bottom, really. And I think somewhere around 90 to 100 is where we will see that. So I'm not sure if this will be a support or a resistance level yet, or if we will shoot past it, or maybe when Trump gets actually elected or inaugurated, I think is the word. Good morning. Good morning. I think when maybe Trump will be inaugurated, we might see another like a leg up to 120 or something, a new symbolic level. But yeah, for now, I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what happens. As I've said, I took some profits on basically on this little pump we saw in these few days, and yeah, I sold a lot of spot, but on Bitcoin and Solana, so I sold a lot of it. I didn't take as much profits the last leg up, so I figured I'd do it now, and I did. And when on this basically on this dip, I bought some more Caspa with it, and I kept the rest as dry powder. Caspa hasn't really, let's say, Caspa hasn't done as well yet, so I'm thinking it could do well in the future. So I bought a little bit more of that, considering it's still cheaper next to the other altcoins. And other than that, I've just I think I'm around 25% cash or something now, 25 to 30, and I'm just waiting to see what happens. Like, if we go up further, I'll take some more profits, but honestly, I don't see it happening in the next few days, at least. Um, I've said it on the last video on my own channel as well. These last few or week, really, this last week, I'm not really doing a lot. Hey, Moses, Merry Christmas, everyone. By the way, who tune in later. But for now, I'm not really doing much. I'm just kind of playing the waiting game. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think you should be trading every day, especially with the volume as low as it is. Just wait and see. And I'm really, really thirsty, but that's because of yesterday. So I will be drinking a lot of water during the stream. And I'm still a little bit recovering a little bit. I did play some paddle earlier today, so that went reasonably okay. So I'm better than I would have expected to have been. Other than that, a little Solana trading. Yeah, I am a little bit. I'm not. I'm doing okay, but yeah, a little bit too much Christmas wine yesterday. But that's you gotta have fun as well, right? You got the money we make, we have to spend it as well, a little bit at least. So yeah, I have sold some Solana on this little pump we had. This is also a daily, but at this area I sold a little bit of Solana, and probably I won't buy back here, but I'll wait for a bigger dip on it. I don't think I'll buy. I think that the percentages, the differences are too small yet. Maybe some leverage trading, but considering it's like the holidays and Christmas and New Year's, I don't want to have a lot of open trades, which I have to monitor. I don't want to spend the time on it. And I mean, you could if you want to, if you have the time, but with all the plans and families visiting, I just don't have the time. So I don't want to over leverage myself and be forced to trade or make wrong moves, start closing, having to close stuff. Yeah, just playing the waiting game. Sometimes I don't think it's a bad thing to just not trade for a while. It's boring, but it's safe. I'm always trying to protect the money I invest. Like, yeah, you're willing to lose the money, but I don't want to make it easier for them to get my money, really. So other than that, I think, like I said, I think we're waiting to see what these next levels will be. Obviously, these aren't supports really anymore. So I'll color those red. Yeah, this was a tiny level, but it's red. And considering it's Solana, the percentage wise is bigger than Bitcoin, but it's the bigger Solana gets, the more you can see it mirrors the Bitcoin chart. It basically, the market, Bitcoin is the market, and everything else follows it. So as long as we see Bitcoin going down, Solana will go down. Bitcoin will go up, Solana will go up. And yeah, there's not really much exciting things happening though. I did see so I like Watcher Guru, a lot of up-to-date news, but yeah, Russia using Bitcoins to avoid sanctions, something I think everybody expected them to do. But considering it's been posted, I think it's pretty legit using Bitcoin to evade sanctions. I think it's not a big surprise, and yeah, you could either see this as a bad thing or a good thing, but the good thing for us is that more money moves through crypto. So yeah, in the long term, at least for the foreseeable future where these sanctions are still in place, better for Bitcoin. Not better for the world maybe, but better for Bitcoin. Terra Luna founder Do Kwon extradited. I mean, I've been following Luna Classic. I have been buying a little bit of Luna Classic again, but he's not affiliated with it anymore. But considering that he might be extradited to the US, could be a good thing, like a little bit of hype speculation into Luna Classic. I've definitely bought a bit of a YOLO bag. I DCA'd a little bit into it as well. I'm expecting, like, if they do get that the network rebooted and their UST coin repegged, I mean, that would mean a massive influx into that project. So considering all the risky bets we take with crypto, I'm definitely on board for trying at least holding a little bit. Like, and I'm not talking big amounts of money, but I think I've got like $500 into it, just on the off chance, you know. Even if it does a 10x or something, it's still 10x. It's still $5,000, or at least 4,500 that you make. I'm not saying it will, but I mean, there's still a huge following on it. So, and following and users and money moving through it is what it needs. On Luna Classic, yeah, we can grab that. I don't hold my main portfolio on this one, so I did a little short trade on it. So you see a buy and a sell signal, which was good. I sadly sold too soon, but it did well overall. But yeah. So this is the 1,000 Luna Classic. So the price will be different from this, but the charts should line up. And considering like what happened with the price, where it's at now, I mean, I think I got in again with my main tradings around this level, and I bought more around this level. So I've not been holding it a long time, but considering all the news messages I saw about it, I've been reading up about it on it a little bit. I did 2 videos on it so far. Those are on my channel if you want to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it definitely warrants a bet. And yeah, basically this little leverage trade got me into it, and I'm thinking like, why is it pumping? So I started reading into it, and they actually have an official white paper with specifics on how they intend to repeg their UST token, and possibly as a third token, which will be used to stabilize it. I didn't read everything about it, but I'm just thinking, hey, they have a white paper, they have a plan, they have a big following, volume is increasing on it. I'm like, all right. Even now, still news is coming out, and yeah, what Do Kwon has to do about it, I don't care. I mean, it's a little bit of speculation on that as well, but basically, it's hit rock bottom, and in my opinion, it could only go up. So, chart in general, the chart obviously isn't too healthy, but we saw a lot of this happening with past crypto projects. But the fact that they're still here, the fact that the original developer team bought back the token, they're still working on it, I think could be very good. Yeah, no, you're welcome. I mean, considering all the scams out there, all the fake tokens, fake projects, the fact that they're still years later still working on it after it obviously tanked horribly. Luckily, I didn't lose any money on it. I wasn't invested into it at the time. I didn't have UST. I had everything in USDT. So yeah, I got lucky on it really. But yeah, the fact that they're still here and that it's not completely gone and rebuilding, yeah, I think shows good faith. Like they're serious about this, and I intend to hold it long term. So, thinking 10 years from now, it could be the best bet of my life. You know, obviously it could also completely tank, but for a few $100, you know, why not? Why not try? I had also wanted to talk a little bit about fear and greed index. Like the fear and greed index, we've dropped back down from extreme greed, but as I said in the beginning of the stream, it was to be expected. Like, we see this every time we hit extreme greed, extreme uh, can't think of the word, but euphoric. Everybody's glad. Everybody's getting into crypto. People who were saying crypto is a scam 6 months ago, we're getting back into crypto, and that's basically when mainstream media starts talking euphoria and Bitcoin being great and whatever. That's the point. These big players start cashing out. They know the run is over, for at least for now, for the short term we had, and they just start drawing funds, taking profits, causing panic sells, and uh, they will start buying back in. So it's a matter of time till we see the next cycle, and we see this. I always think of this as like an elastic band, a rubber band, and the further it stretches down, it will eventually it will revert back up. It will pull itself back up, but I think it's going to be next year somewhere. Like January, usually a little slow. End of January, February. Like, I'm not sure when Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated, but I thought it was January. If I'm wrong, correct me on that. But if it's in January and he gets inaugurated, yeah, the 20, yeah, I thought it was around the end of January. But I'm thinking when that happens, Bitcoin will pump. And considering what the voting result did, I don't think that's a stupid assumption to make. So I think Bitcoin will be up, will shoot up around that time. So basically, I'm just waiting to see what Bitcoin does. If it does dip down, I will buy a little bit more Bitcoin back. I just took some profits out of it. But I'm also looking at the altcoins. I'm thinking after that the next Bitcoin pump, it will drop back down again, and we will see some more altcoin movement. At least that's what I'm thinking. That's what happened this year, and the year before that. Obviously, it's not like 100% certainty that that will happen, but history kind of tends to repeat itself, especially with crypto, because crypto is much more volatile, but it's also much more uh, user, small user orientated. Like stock markets, they're too big to be influenced by smaller companies, smaller people, smaller traders, because their market caps are much bigger. But in crypto, we have smaller market caps which are more easily manipulated, and it's become, like I've said before, it becomes this self-fulfilling thing. Like if everybody thinks, hey, February is when we're going to start going up, so we have to start buying at the beginning or the end of February, we have to start buying before the end of February, or we have to start buying because Donald Trump will be elected on the 20th. So next year, January, my January paycheck, let's buy some Bitcoin. Basically, like I said, it becomes this self-fulfilling thing. And we've seen this time and time again. Like we can all go back on the charts, and every year it's basically, that's why Bitcoin has cycles. And it's not like exact science. It won't be the exact same day or time, but it's something that, at least for now, is still true, unless eventually it won't, because crypto, the market caps will become too big, and you will need to start trading. Like with forex markets, you will have to start trading with leverage to get good percentages out of it. For now, I don't think that's needed yet. Like, yeah, there's leverage trading in crypto, but you can still make a good sized money on spot trading as well, on spot buys. But for now, that's basically what I'm doing. This is it's a little bit boring end of the year, I guess, but yeah, like I said, boring can be good. Nothing to be worried about. Let's just close out the end of the year. I had a good year. I've made profits both on my stock portfolio and my crypto portfolios, and yeah, securing some profits is sometimes the best move, I think. And it enables you to have more free time, no stress. Does anybody have any questions, by the way? Anything they want to ask about? Anything they want to know about, or want me to stop talking in general? Oh, so thirsty. Well, If not, if you have any questions, just post them, and I'll just keep talking. And if some questions come in, I'll answer them as they appear. Yeah. So as I said, like one of my favorite Twitter accounts, Watch Your Guru. Oh, here he is with his picture even. But yeah, I think Watch Your Guru is one of the ones is always very spot on with its news, very on time, and a publicly traded company purchased 217 Bitcoin. Like these are signs that we need to keep an eye on. Like this is definitely proof that Bitcoin is starting to become more and more accepted. And I think like Microsoft voted on it. They voted against it, but it's very possible that in a future voting that they will start to acquire it. Bigger companies will start to do this. Like, and companies would not buy this if they expect Bitcoin, if they don't expect Bitcoin to grow over the next few years. So if big companies are doing this, why shouldn't we? Why should we not just buy and hold it? Obviously, we can trade it, but buying and holding Bitcoin, I think, will be a very, very good thing to do. This is a good one for what I said. Like historically, every year, Bitcoin, almost every year, Bitcoin has gone up. Yeah, Luna Class. Like I said, I have held it in the past, very long time ago, but I sold it back then, and I made some money on the USD collapse because I was trading it when it was doing this on the minute chart, basically. But other than that, I never really bothered with it. But like I said, I saw the news. I thought also on Watch Your Guru and some other pages and started reading into it a bit. I did some videos on it. And yeah, I'm definitely holding some. I'm not gonna spend thousands on it because it could do nothing. But like I said, an educated gamble is what I called it, and I think that's still I think that still holds true. Like regardless of the price now, I'm thinking 10 years along the line, and honestly, the best thing that would be for my conscious mind would be just to forget I even hold them and rediscover them in 10 years because I don't want to sell too soon either. And that's basically, I think that's the emotion we all have, we all deal with holding crypto and having profits. Obviously, I do take profits on what I hold, but I never sell everything. I always take portions out and in, and I try to be in as much as I can, but always gradually. Like I think 25 to 30% cash on the side is a good thing to do. Every month I deposit more cash and then I buy more in. Uh, I mean, it could, but without going into any technicals, my personal feeling is I don't think it will matter too much. Like there's alternatives. I personally use an exchange which has a fiat license and it's insured. But I mainly use that exchange because it's cheap and easy, and I have an on and off ramp through it. But like on BitUniX, I trade against USDT and other exchanges. But that exchange, which basically I funnel most of my funds through, all hold it holds euro. So basically, I'm trading against euro on that. It does feature USDT markets. If it does get delisted, I mean, yeah, it'd be a slight inconvenience for me, but I don't hold huge amounts of USDT at the moment. And could it be bad for the market? Yes, it could. But honestly, I would just start holding Bitcoin more, maybe. Maybe Bitcoin, or just find something else that's stable enough which works for you. Arrow. Well, let's grab it. Arrow. Oh yeah. I think this token's been around for a while, right? I think I used to hold this on one of my MetaMask wallets a while back. Hmm. I think I have some of these tokens somewhere, but yeah, good point to get out. A couple of days ago. That's basically when I sold a lot of stuff because, obviously this chart is a little bit magnified, but let's grab the trading view one. Obviously, this would have been the best spot to get out, either the first time or the second time. It pumped down, yeah, or it pumped down, it dropped down. Uh, this would have been, in my opinion, a good place to get out, but it also depends on when you bought. Like, did you buy it here, there, or there? Like, had I bought here, I just hold it, maybe buy a little bit more, even out my average buying price. But if I did this, that would mean you have to hold it for longer. You have to wait for it to recover if it does. But had I bought sooner, yeah, I'd basically, if let's say you get in somewhere around here, this happens, take a little bit of profits, it drops down, buy a little bit more, drops down, buy a little bit more, take profits. It's always about your averages, but it also depends on what you want to do with it. Like, is it purely speculative for you? Do you have no affiliation with the project itself, and you just wanted to buy something to sell quickly? Then yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, it's still up. It's still up considerably from its low. So yeah, if you are in profit, maybe take some profits. Like, nobody ever got poor of taking profits, and with the high volatility of this token, is very likely it will drop down further. And if it is a newer token, which it looks like it is, but yeah, I'd look at taking some profits if you want to. If you think this is a project that next year or for 3 or 4 years is going to do tremendously well, maybe hold it, buy a little bit more dollar cost average, or not. I mean, it depends on what you want to do. And as an exit strategy, like $200 isn't a huge amount, so I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't take out, like, maybe take out $50 or 100, but like it depends if you want to hold it longer term. But if you want to sell it to buy something else, you can also start over trading it, and you end up losing money in fees. So it'll get diluted. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on how you look at your portfolio, or how you look at your crypto. I don't know too much about the token myself, honestly. But let's say this is a project early in development; it will do well in the future, and it has a good team. They're a docs team. They have a white paper. They have a strategy. They're actively working. They're putting out products, whatever. Then why would you sell? Yeah, it's dipped down, so it could start. Like, panic is a poor advisor. If it starts going down and you just start to stress about, oh, I'm gonna lose everything or whatever, you start selling, and then usually what happens, it happens to me, and I think it happens to a lot of people. You pull out your funds, you sell it, they're like, oh fuck, I'm done with all this. And then it starts going up. The second you sell is when it starts pumping, and that's something which messes with your confidence. And that's exactly why I start small into positions and just start adding onto it. And also, I layer in and I layer out, and that also, it lowers your risk. So if you're worried about the $200 and you can't lose it, then yeah, maybe just sell everything. But if you believe in the project, you've dollar cost averaged in, and yeah, you're set on this becoming the next big thing, then maybe just, I don't know, if you are in profit, take a little bit of profit, keep the rest in, and just wait for another buying opportunity. You're welcome. So we are Algorand. So we are out of time, but I will talk about Algo a little bit. I have some time left anyway. I'll just search for it. I'm pretty sure you mean Algorand, by the way. I saw there's more than one, but yeah. All right, so I have the right one. Well, Algo, of course, has been around a lot longer. One of the main crypto tokens, at least back in the day. So also one I don't hold myself. Obviously, this looks horrible, and it kind of is. I don't know why it's done this. It could have been something on launched this newly launched tokens. We see this crap happening a lot. And before it finds it, bought every early investor takes out their funds, token dumps, and then it starts to find its path. And it's done really well in the past since that, of course. And yeah, this little nudge, it could indicate another one of these big pushes. But honestly, I do not know about this project. I do not hold it myself. Um, I can look at the website a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, it is another platform where products can be built on it, but I think the market is a little bit saturated on it. There's a lot of projects which offer similar uh, benefits, basically some similar options. And yeah, I think it's legit. I mean, it's been around for a very long time, but I just don't know enough about it to say anything with certainty. But I didn't invest into it, so one person cannot follow everything. So if it doesn't grab my attention, I don't really tend to uh, yeah, don't really tend to stick a lot of time into it to do. Yeah, what's it called? Like I don't. Eventually, it doesn't grab my attention, and it just gets fading to the background. But that's what happened to it. Like you can see that it's not just me. That's been a lot of stuff happened in crypto during these times, and the price was basically flatlined. And with Luna Classic, for example, we've seen much more recent bigger movements. So I'm not saying it's a bad project. I'm just saying I don't know enough about it. I haven't heard enough about it. So it could do well, but maybe in the future, maybe on the next bull run or the next bullish moment. Sui is one I do hold. Missed the earliest pumps on it, but I have since done really well. I think I'm on a 6x, 7x on Sui or something. I have added it to my long-term holds. One obviously is one of my favorite tokens for now, and I think I hold as much Sui monetarily wise. I own pretty much as much Sui as I own in Solana now. So yeah, I like it. Obviously, it's dropped back down a little bit, but I'm thinking it could do well. Like it's another new network, obviously immensely popular. Market cap wise, it's on the 12 billion, which is not the biggest, which I like. So it's got. I think I got it at around 2 billion or something. So it's on 12 now, but it still has a lot of room to grow. Like if we look market cap wise, so it's yeah on the 15th position right now. But if we look, let's say we take a look at Solana 88. I mean that technically would mean it still has about a 7x or 6x left to go. I'm not saying it will go to Solana or it will surpass Solana. I'm just saying there's a lot of margin in there. So I'm like it as a long-term DCA position because once it's reached a market cap of this size, it's very likely to retain it. It won't drop back down to a market cap of a few hundred million as quickly. So it's more stable, and that's what I like about it. So for now, I think nothing will peak for the next few months. I'm thinking January, February, or February, March is where, like January, end of January, Bitcoin I think will do well, and I'm thinking February, March is when we will see bigger altcoin movements. The last alt season, or the alt season of the last few months, it wasn't as big as well. So I think everybody is looking to the alts. Also think though that meme coins are definitely stealing the alt thunders, and I'm hoping we see a drawback on all the memes and we see more funds moving into the legitimate projects. But I'm thinking February, March. I'm not 100% sure on that, but considering the market tends to repeat itself, and that's what happened this year and last year. Yeah, this year and last year. I'm thinking history tends to repeat itself. So I'm thinking that's what we will see, and Sui will definitely be a part of that, as will Solana, as will Doge, as will Cardano, Tron. AVAX also is lagging behind. So I mean, could do well. I sold a little bit of it earlier because I wanted more funds to buy Caspa, because I'm taking a bit of a gamble on Caspa. I'm thinking if it doesn't matter what season it is, if a coin pumps 80%, you need to take profits. Like even 20%, 30%, yeah, you could also take some profit depending on the season. On if there is bigger volumes, then 20% may be too little. But yeah, 20% I take some profits, 30% I take some profits, 80% definitely take some profits. And that's why, like I said, I keep 30% cash at all times, unless it's massively dumping and I'm buying. But I always try to find places where I can take some profits after I do these DCA buys, so that I keep cash, and I deposit monthly each month. Each month I deposit more into crypto, and I try to do this each month, and I try to take profits along the way. So I always have dry powder to buy dips, basically. When any token, also the same is in reverse. Like if it drops 20%, good time to buy. 30% better. 80% even better, depending, of course, on the reason. Because if a token turns out to be a rug pull, then yeah, obviously don't buy that. But if, let's say, AVAX, let's see whether. So let's say I have Aptos and I'm invested into this, or Ondo, and it drops 16%. I'm thinking, yeah, that could be a good time to buy. I'm invested into this project long term. I'm thinking in 5 years it will be triple what it is today. Then yeah, 16% lower will magnify out to a much better profit margin in the future. So that's how I'm focused, at least. That's also why I'm not big on just day trading, because even with a 5x leverage, this will wipe your trade over 7 days, especially on a swing trade. Oh, yeah, I'm I'm going over the allowed time again, because after me, Crypto Moses is doing his stream, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream for now, guys. Yeah, so I'll answer this one and then I'm ending the stream. I used to be big into the gaming narrative, but there is one fundamental flaw all crypto gaming projects have. None of them have accurately solved it. Considering crypto is a zero-sum game, so the money in the token is only what the investors put in, and there's not well, there are in some cases companies behind it, but they don't reinvest their profits into their own token. They take money out of their token. But in gaming coins, this problem is even worse, because if you play it, if you play the game, you create more tokens, and you intend to sell those tokens, so you take money out of the project, out of the crypto token, which especially if something is profitable, people tend to massively play this. Yeah, so it hyperinflates itself. Every gaming project will start to be played massively, especially in countries which have less money. So in Indian countries and African countries, where a dollar is worth a lot more than in America itself, really. So people start playing massively these games. They make, I don't know, $20, $30 a day, and the token just starts to hyperinflate, and it massively dumps the token. So either they're actively pulling money out, and they're creating more tokens. So more supply, less money, less value. And that's the fundamental flaw in all the gaming projects. So that's what that I don't buy gaming projects anymore. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. Have a great well, Christmas has passed, but have a great new year in advance, and I will see you in the next year, guys.